Hello, and thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Terry, and today I will be sharing a card that I created using some products from the Say It With Stamps collection. So let's get started. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the stamp set. Look at how cute this one is. It's called You're a Dear, and I just love the title of the stamp set. I just love all the Christmas lights on this reindeer, just so cute. And of course, I will be using the coordinating dies as well. And along with the coordinating dies, I am going in with the Hills and Snowbanks dies. And I love that there's so many options here to use. So to start off my project, I am going in with a piece of cardstock here. And this one is from the Say It With Stamps Color Me Blank cardstock. I trimmed it down to 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And I'm going in with the stamp set, You're a Dear, and stamping that down with black ink. And the black ink that I'm using is alcohol marker friendly because I do plan on using my alcohol markers. A lot of times people aren't aware that the type of ink and the type of paper that you use have to work well with coloring product that you're using. Otherwise, the results aren't going to be so great. So I went ahead and stamped the image down twice just to make sure I had a good impression. And once everything was stamped out, I went ahead and started coloring. And as always, I will go ahead and leave a timestamp down below. If you're not interested with the coloring part, you can go ahead and forward it to that time. But if you are, I hope that you sit back and enjoy. Okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit.
The snow is falling and the cold wind is blowing hard. I'm locked inside tonight, but my heart is somewhere else. I'm thinking of you, babe, and all your crazy ways. I miss you more right now. It must be these holidays. You know you're my everything, the only present I want. And oh, what I give to be with you under the mistletoe. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Yeah, I got you on my mind. Merry Christmas from a distance. I wish you were here tonight. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Yeah, I got you on my mind. Merry Christmas from a distance. I wish you were here tonight. Oh, what I'd give to have you here, my dear. We could sing and laugh about our wonderful year. I can see it now, yeah, your lips stained from the wine. And that sweet smile you have, your hand in mine. You know you're my everything, the only present I want. Oh, what I give to be with you under the mistletoe. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I got you on my mind. Merry Christmas from a distance. I wish you were here tonight. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Yeah, I got you on my mind. Merry Christmas from a distance. I wish you were here tonight. I'm dreaming you home for the holidays. I'm dreaming you home right now. I'm dreaming you home because you're all I really want. I'm dreaming you home tonight. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Yeah, I got you on my mind. Merry Christmas from a distance. I wish you were here tonight. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Yeah, I got you on my mind. Merry Christmas from a distance. I wish you were here tonight. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Yeah, I got you on my mind. Merry Christmas from a distance. I wish you were here tonight.
Okay, so I am back. So off screen, I went ahead and used the coordinating dies and I ran that through my die cutting machine. And what I'm doing here is I'm going in with a white gel pen and I'm just creating little highlights and details onto all of the reindeers. For the reindeer scarf here, I wanted to add little dots on top of the scarf just to create a little bit of a pattern. Okay, so now it's time to create the hills and snowbanks. So I'm just grabbing 2 of the hills and snowbanks dies here and I'm running that through my die cutting machine on white cardstock. And here is how it looks after it's been ran through the die cutting machine. And I love that with 2 of the dies, you can actually layer it and you could get a different look every single time. So what I'm doing here is I'm just playing around to see how I want it to appear on my card front. And I'm just going in with some of the deers and just placing it on the hills and the snowbanks and just trying to figure out if I like the layout or not. Okay, so before assembling everything together, I want to create the background scene. So I'm going in with another piece of white cardstock and I'm using a few hybrid inks and I'm blending out a background scene. So I'm going in using my blending brush and I started off with the shade pink, now going in with the shade blue, and I'm making sure that I'm blending the 2 colors together just to make sure that the transition between the 2 colors are blending out nicely. I don't need to blend the bottom left hand corner of my cardstock only because I will be putting the Snowbanks die over that and it's going to cover so nobody's going to see it. Okay, so to add a little more interest to the background scene, I spritzed some clean water onto my hands and I sprinkled that on top of the cardstock. Now going in with some white paint, I splattered that on top of the card panel as well. So to create a little more interest to my background scene, I am going in with the birch tree layering stencil and I'm going in with white ink. When I'm laying down white ink onto an ink blended panel, I like to place some of the white ink onto an acrylic block and use the ink off of the acrylic block instead of the ink pad. I do this because I don't want the ink on the cardstock to transfer onto the brush and then transfer onto my ink pad. So to prevent any kind of cross-contamination, I like to apply the white ink onto an acrylic block and use a tiny brush and grab it from the acrylic block. And this brush here is very nice because it's so small and it gets into all of the intricate cuts. And I will have everything linked down below if you guys are interested in it. And now that the background scene has finished, I am going in with one of the scallop rectangle dies and I ran that through my die cutting machine. So what I went ahead and did as well was using the snow borders that we just die cut earlier, I'm running that with the scallop rectangle die. I'm doing this because I want the edges of the snow border to fit in with the background. So here you can see that after die cutting that, it fits snugly and perfectly along the background. For one of the sentiments, I am also using this new stamp set from the Say It With Stamps collection. This one is called Christmas Words, and I went ahead and stamped that onto black cardstock as well as heat embossed that with white embossing powder. And off screen, I also went ahead and stamped out some more sentiments. This one is from the Holidays Sentiment stamp set, and I stamped out a bunch of it because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use on my card panel. And this stamp set is really nice because there's so many different options. Here you can see that I'm trying to decide which one I wanted on my card panel. So before I hear everything together, I wanted some more interest on my background. So using the A2 knit cover plate die, I ran that through my die cutting machine on white cardstock. I then went ahead and adhered that onto a gray color cardstock. Now using liquid adhesive, I attached the final piece on top of the card panel. So to add a little more interest to this card front, I went in with glossy accents and applied that onto the Christmas lights on top of the reindeer, as well as a few dots here and there. And that completes the card. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and please don't forget to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.